What it do, baby? English Friday, last podcast of 2020. Yeah, I know. We did 92. 92 pods. That's a lot. But what I'm proud of, or what I'm most proud of, is the fact that we included English podcasts so our English followers can enjoy some content during this old pandemic bullshit. Now, I'm very happy because my English got better. You remember the first interview we did in English with Kendall Coyne? Man, whew, but now I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty proud of the interview I had, or the pod I had with my dude Akil Thomas, young, black, talented, proud, man, brilliant. That kid has a future. Either it's podcasting, NHLing, whatever he wants to do. Because that dude is talented, and that dude is nice, smart, and kind. And kindness is the most important gift a man or a woman can have. Now, when we recorded the pod, so we recorded the pod yesterday, we had another pod for today. We're keeping it for our comeback the week of January the 11th. So we're going to have one podcast a week French and one podcast a week English. So you got to follow us on social media, sans restriction, to know whoever's on the pod. We have many surprises. But since World Juniors are at our doors and this dude scored the greatest World Junior goal ever, we had to have him on the pod right now so people enjoy our convo with Akil Thomas. But before, I gotta let you know, you gotta buy our stuff at zonekr.ca. Buy our sans restriction gear to make sure that this podcast lives on forever. And thank you to Bruno, partner of the pod, Mathieu Brutus, the music. And let's go. Let's listen to Akil talk, baby. All right. You know, we did almost over 100 pods, okay? But this dude not only is one of the top prospects in the league, one of the future stars in the NHL, not only that man is black excellence, not only that man scored the greatest goal in World Junior history. The dude has great sound for the podcast, my man. Akil Thomas, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Yo, your sound is so good. I'm gonna lay back and we gonna talk like we in a bar.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Okay, I just want to mention it right away. So you have a pod called Soul on Ice, the pod. You guys crushed it with great gets. I mean, Matthew Dumba, George Larac, Joel Ward, Sarah Nurse. When did you thought about having that podcast?
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, I guess a year ago, I played with a guy named Elijah Roberts, and he's a fellow black player in the league, and he got traded to my team, and we kind of knew each other before he came, but we quickly became best friends. And in the OHL, you have to do like community work. So we used to go to schools, talk to the kids, sign autographs, take pictures, etc. And I guess the people who just kind of were hired to take us to these events, like Elijah and I were paired up. So the staff would have to listen to us talk and banter and argue about stuff, and the whole car ride there while we were there, and we'd play hockey with the kids, and we'd just go at each other and stuff. So they just found our competitive nature and our competitive relationship pretty funny, and people just kept on telling us, you should start a podcast. You should start a podcast. It'd be hilarious, and people would want to hear you guys, talk and banter. So it kind of just started as a joke of an idea, and then obviously we got in touch with Kwame Mason, who produced the film Soul on Ice, the movie, and that was a big hit. He did really well with that, and we just thought he had a really big and cool platform with the name Soul on Ice, and Kwame's in the the entertainment industry, so we asked him to be a part of it, and one thing kind of led to another, and kind of took us a year to really get going, but we got going at the perfect time. When quarantine first kind of hit us, and we've had a lot of time, and obviously we've had a lot of good guests with our connections as well.
And what I love about, because I followed the Instagram page, and what I love about that page is that the fact that you learn. I learned so much through that page. You got like pieces on players, black players, white players. I like the fact that y'all are putting our community forward. You're putting it in the forefront, and there's players, and I follow hockey a lot, and there's players. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know he played that long in the league. So I want to congratulate you on that, man.
Well, it's funny. Like we have a guy who does our paid, like our post for us, and I learned stuff myself when he posts stuff. So it's pretty cool. And what we really want is our page to kind of be a platform where other black hockey players around the league can follow and kind of feel like they're a part of something, and maybe think one day I want to be featured on this page and be endorsed by the page as well. So we're really trying to build like a good environment, and an environment where people can kind of feel a part of. So happy that you like our page.
And I urge everybody that follows us, listening to us, go follow the page Soul on Ice, the podcast. Yo, I learned so much, and I always say I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm the smartest guy in the world because I know I'm not the smartest, and I learned because of pages like this. Now, talk to me about what you're doing right now. What's going on in your life? Like, are you still in Germany?
No. So I was in Germany for 2.5 months playing professional hockey out there. That was an unreal experience. We played for the Ice Bear in Berlin. I'm drafted to LA, and LA owns the team, so that's kind of how I got set up. But came back to North America about a week ago. Spent the week with my mom in Atlanta, and now I'm in Los Angeles to basically train and skate in hopes of a season or a season or a camp starting soon. And so that's where I'm at now. Have to quarantine for 8 days. I think it's a rule of the NHL or the Kings, just so I don't bring COVID to the facility and to the staff, and just got a test negative 4 times. So I'm just laying low right now, and hopefully get back at it next week.
But I was Germany because in university I had to take classes of Germany. So ich möchte trinken Bier. Mein Name ist. I know those words. How did you acclimate? I don't know. How did you do in Germany? How did it go?
Yeah, it went well. It was tough at first because it's such a change. I was living with 4 other guys my age in an apartment, so getting groceries for 5 guys and cooking meals for 5 guys was a little bit hard, especially with one stovetop. You got to wait like 20-30 minutes to cook your meal or whatever. But wow. It was good. It was fun. Like, we had a lot of fun. We got really close as guys. Like, I knew 2 of them before, and obviously came out knowing them all really, really well. And so that was fun. But even just getting to play my first couple games professional was awesome. It was hard. I learned a lot. Coaches were good. Just experience a different country is always fun, and obviously Europe is amazing. And we had a couple of road trips and got to see different parts of Germany.
Okay, but did you learn a little German? Like, were you able to talk to the people, or you're like, nah, I ain't talking to nobody. It's COVID.
No, yeah, I learned a little bit of German. I was kind of the only guy out of the Kings players group that kind of learned some. So learned like the basics and a couple swear words. That's about it.
But when you're in Germany, okay? Because I remember when I took the classes, I'm like, why they so mad? But they be asking me how you doing, Kev. But they're saying it in a way you're like, why you mad? Did you experience that over there too?
I mean, not really. I think I kind of knew that going in, just
Uh,
because I've been to Russia before. I've been to Czech, so I've heard a lot of different types of languages, and they all kind of seem like it does seem like they're kind of mad. So I was ready for that. And I more so just wanted to figure out what they were saying, not really, um, if they were mad at me or not. So it was cool. It's always cool trying to see what different words mean in different languages.
Okay, so now we need to talk about the goal. I was like, man, I'm gonna do small talk before we talk about that goal. But you know what? Let's talk about it right now because I remember. So I followed the World Juniors because I know Lafia Alexis Lafreniere, so I wanted to follow the man, and then you appeared on my screen and you did I mean. I said it's the greatest goal, but yo, like people are gonna say Kev is overhyping the goal, but that was crazy. Can you get me through that goal and what went through your mind when you scored that goal? Because for sure, when you scored, you thought I'm gonna eat for free for the rest of my life in Canada.
That's funny. Yeah, it was amazing. Like I grew up idolizing the World Junior Tournament and wanting to be one of those players. Like I was just glued to the TV every Christmas. Like Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I think World Juniors is why. Um, so I really was excited to even be there, to even make the team, and obviously to play games and be on the my favorite like world stage in the world. Like it was unbelievable, and obviously made the finals, and I just remember being super chill before the game, and usually I get nervous before like exhibition games, but this game I was like super not nervous at all. I was just chilling and felt good vibes, and obviously got a chance to get one of my few shifts that game in the third there, and I don't really remember like going out there like what I was thinking or anything. I just like I kind of just wanted to give my last shift of the game, most likely like my all, and that's all I did. And I couldn't even tell you what I was thinking. When that puck squared out to me, I don't really remember it. It just like every time I watch it, like I'm just like I don't really remember that. I don't think that's me. So yeah, it just happened so quick, and the feeling, the rushes of emotions that came after it was unbelievable. At first, I was just like I wanted to. I don't even know. It was just a feeling that I've never had before, and as soon as I got back to the bench, I realized like there's still a little bit left in this game. We gotta like play some defense here, and so the final 3 minutes of that game were probably the longest 3 minutes of my life. I remember just
Wow.
wanting the time to run out so bad, and I was freaking out. Like guys had to kind of calm me down on the bench. I was like losing my mind. So yeah, it was best experience of my life by far.
Okay, so you scored a goal. You scored a goal. How many times you watched it? How many times you put it on your YouTube? You type your name and you feel a little bit sad and shit, and you're like, man, let me watch my goal again.
You know what? Like not much, just because like with Instagram these days, and so many different like TikTok and all these outlets, like I get it sent to me like pretty often by just friends saying, "Oh, I saw this on TikTok," or some Instagram page will tag me in the video on Instagram or something. So I kind of see it pretty often, especially like right now with World Juniors being pretty close and the hype getting all around it again. It's definitely something to kind of look back on. It's crazy. I think that was a year ago. Like I haven't really played too much hockey since then, and it's just crazy with everything that's been going on in the world.
Okay, so now you scored that crazy goal at the World Juniors. You go back to the Pete's boys, the Peterborough Pete's boys, and then you're having a great season. Then COVID hits, you don't play, but at the draft, there's a brother second overall pick who's coming to your house. How was it to watch Byfield get picked by a team that you're playing on?
Yeah, by like Quentin's, I look at him like my little brother. He's hilarious. He's probably the funniest guy I've ever met, to be honest.
Wow.
He's going to be a player. Like, I'm really excited for him. I know there was hype about the German kid going second, and he's naturally got to be a little bit threatened by that, right? So I think he was a little bit nervous going into the draft, but I'm happy my team stepped up and they took him, and I don't think they're going to regret it. I think we have like the best prospect pool in the league, so I'm
Wow.
really excited to see how we do in the next few years, and where my position stands with them. I'm ready to get my first season pro in whatever league it's in, and I'm really trying to go hard so I can join Byfield one day and hopefully play with them, and with what the franchise is building right now. Like, it's looking pretty scary. We have a lot of big names, and we have a big future ahead of us.
Yeah, and I look at Boko. Boko Imama is in that team too. Like, whenever you're in trouble, you call Boko. Boko is one of my best friends, and that brother gonna get you out of trouble quick. I don't know if you met him. Did you met him?
Oh yeah, I know Boko really well. I've been to a few camps with him. I think 2 now, maybe 3. I think 2. I don't think he was at the first dev camp, but yeah, I've been to 2 camps with him. Unbelievable guy. Like, he's very easy to get along with and really nice to me when I was kind of a young guy. And obviously he signed another deal with LA, which is awesome to see. And I'm happy he's around for a little bit longer, and hopefully we can play together this year and just become closer.
I mean, that's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air I want to see. I want to see you, Boko, and Byfield, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But Byfield, I'm gonna go back to Byfield because I'm gonna be real with you and the people on the podcast. On my list, he was lower, and we did a draft pod at like 2 hours and something, and people argued with me, and I just did not see it. Now I want you to tell me how good that man is, because I saw more and more and more clips, and I'm like, man, I think I failed him.
Yeah, he's unreal. Like, he has everything. You think about what NHL scouts look for when they're drafting players. They look for speed. They look for size. They look for playmaking ability, points. They look at the person, and he's got it all. Like, he's 6'5", he's fast, he has good hands, he can score, he puts up a lot of points. So it's like, how could you not take him for me? So I mean, I think if any other draft, like, he might be going 1, maybe, you never know.
Yeah.
But I think he has it all. He brings it all, and he's young too. Like, he's only 18, right, or 17. Like, he's young, and he's huge, and he's pretty developed. So we'll see how he can kind of do in pro, and I'm sure he'll do well because he's got it all already.
Now I'm still wondering why 1 out of 4 pictures on your Instagram you don't have a shirt. Got to put a shirt on your back.
Yeah, a couple photo shoots in summer. I don't know.
Yeah, this is the moment of the pod when we stop everything. Stop the presses. Stop the music right now. Bruno, stop the music, Bruno. Because we gotta let the people know that they can buy our stuff. Okay, Bruno, start the music back because it's better with the music. People can buy our stuff at sans restriction. No, I messed up. It's at zonekr.ca. They can buy our stuff sans restriction. Zonekr.ca. You can buy our stuff and make sure that this pod lives on forever. Let's go back to my main man, Akil Thomas. Question for you, because from LA we had Max Comtois on the pod, and Boko, we had him on the pod, but it was for everything when everything happened with George Floyd, so we didn't talk about LA that much. But when you're drafted by LA, you arrive in LA, and LA is one of my favorite cities in the world. You if you know, I love LA. Like, when you're a rookie, do you walk around with your 2-pack t-shirt and you're like feeling yourself?
No, like, I'm a pretty like shy guy. When I'm first introduced to people or an environment as a whole, like, I really don't like to talk too much unless I know the person like really, really well. So if I know if I'm meeting people for the first time, I'm not necessarily going to be myself. I'm just going to kind of be a little bit quiet. That's just the way I've always been. My dad's the same way. My brother's the same way. So I think it's maybe like a family thing. But we really like to get to know people, to kind of express ourselves freely. And I don't know, I think that's a good thing. That's just me. I wouldn't be doing that just yet. I'd want to make the team first, and then I can kind of be myself.
Okay, so if we ever see you around with a Tupac jersey, it's the moment you made it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you because you did only two camps over there, and then you went back to Peterborough, but did you ever meet a celebrity there? Somebody you're like, oh damn.
Yeah, so I actually have some family here. On my mom's side, I have an uncle, and his name's Shane Miller. He works with like movie producing, and so one day he's like, "Come over, like, we'll go to my buddy's house. I gotta write a script with him." And I'm like, "All right." And so we go to his buddy's house, and it's Damon Wyan, and I'm not sure if you know who that is, but he's a big actor, and he's in like, out of my top 10 like movies, like he's in 2 of them at least, maybe 3.
Dude, is the guy from Little Weapon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So like it was like when I walked in, I'm like, that can't be him. Like I'm seeing things, and I remember Googling pictures of him while I was in his house, just looking at him and looking at my phone, being like, pretty sure that's him. So I realized it was him, and that was like crazy. Like it was just to my uncle, it's just one of his buddies. He didn't say like, oh, he's a big actor and his house is in the hills and Hollywood and stuff. He just said, nah, let's just go to my buddy's house. So that was pretty surreal.
Yeah, but you hockey players, y'all do the same. Y'all do the same, because I do a match every year where all the top guys from Quebec comes, and we play hockey for charity and for the kids, and sometimes they're like, yo, can I bring my buddy? And I'm like, yeah, bring whoever you want. And it's like fucking Beauvillier or Duber or Chris Letang. And I'm like, what do you mean that's your buddy? Like, tell me his name so I can prepare myself.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I feel you. Like, I'm just, hoping he invites me over for dinner again so one of his other buddies could come meet Post Malone or something.
Post Malone? You're a Post Malone guy? Who's your guy?
Like, my favorite artists are probably like Juice WRLD, Lil Uzi, and maybe Lil Baby right now. Those kind of
Lil Baby is doing what Lil Wayne was doing when I was in high school. When I was in high school, Lil Wayne was like killing everybody. Lil Baby, new generation GOAT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I needed to get that off my chest. Now, if you see the goal that you scored, if you could put one soundtrack, one tune on that goal, what would you put?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me think for like 10 seconds here.
You'll take your time. And after that, we'll play the little game. Take your time. Me, I would have put Celine Dion, but Can you imagine? I think I'm going to do it. Oh, man.
That's a really good question. I've never even thought of that before. Because I gotta get my phone out quick.
Take it, because I'm gonna brainstorm with you. Because that goal is so great. It has to be something inspirational. You cannot put "all I do is win." That's too easy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Gotta go with something that kind of means something to me.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a really good question.
Wait, I'm gonna pull up my phone too. I'm gonna put my Spotify. But we don't have the same, because you're a bit, well, you're 20, I'm 28. So there's a gap in, like me, I've been there for 50 and everything. So, and the game is one of my top guys,
Oh,
But
really? Eh? Okay.
the game, bro. Y'all don't know game like I know game.
Yeah, I haven't listened to him too much, to be honest.
No, get no 8 and 11. That's that, and all yo, my bad. There's a lot of people listening to the pod right now. They're losing everything because they're like, what game is he playing? I don't understand. That's a rapper. The game. Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar. No,
No, and I'm not really a Kendrick guy, to be honest. He's okay, but wouldn't put him out there. You know what? I'd probably just go with
don't tell me Drake, eh?
no, not Drake. Um, I got a couple options here, but I'll go with this might be a bad one, but whatever.
Okay,
Just because like for me, like I've always told people like I don't really for like warm up songs for me, like songs I listen to before the game, it doesn't necessarily have to be, a pump up song. If it's a good song and like I get in my feelings and stuff, like it does a trick for me. If that makes sense. I'd probably put like oh, that was a really good question.
Man, I don't know. You gonna put Trey Songz?
No, maybe like Emotionally Scarred by Lil Baby, maybe. Actually, you know what? It's kind of an overplayed song now, but maybe Stuck in a Dream by Gunna, because like that goal kind of put me in a dream and I'm still kind of in it. Like I'm still kind of in shock.
Stuck in a Dream from Gunna?
Yeah, you know that song?
Nope. That song?
Yeah, that song right there.
Oh, that's good. That's inspirational.
Lil Mosey in Ghana. Yeah, it's an awesome song.
I'm gonna put that to my favorites. Okay, and when I
that's
drive
definitely
later,
the song
I'm
right
listen
there.
to it. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so another tough question then. So you're playing a pickup game. Okay, you're playing a pickup game, and then the next day you die. So it's basically your last pickup game. You gotta choose 2 forwards to play with you, 2 defensemen, and a goalie. You can choose whoever you want. You just got, I'll make it happen.
Okay. Goalie, I'll go Ron Hextall.
You want to fight?
Yeah, I want to see some fights. And the forwards, I'll probably go with McDavid and Mario Lemieux. Two guys I really admire, and I think those are two good guys. On the back there, I'll probably go with probably Chris Pronger. He was my favorite defenseman.
He came on the pod.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that actually.
Yeah.
Who else on D? Maybe go with Bobby Orr.
Wow.
I would like to see how he goes end to end before I die. Yeah, that'd be cool.
You don't want to lose that game, eh?
Yeah, no, not at all. I wanna learn a couple things,
Well, you die after, so you ain't learning shit. You're getting points. I need to ask you this though. So on a podcast I did a few weeks or last week, whenever this gonna go on the air, I said if Mario played as many games as Wayne, Mario would be the greatest player of all time. Because that dude was something else. What do you think?
Honestly, it's kind of tough for me to answer because I was born 3 days ago. I'm pretty young. I was born in 2000. Really, only got to see Lemieux play, not too much, just because of my age. And then obviously Wayne Gretzky retired before I was even born.
Yeah.
So I think, right, 1999. Right?
Yeah.
So it's tough for me to say. I did read both of their books, and Mario was definitely a player, but I think just the way Wayne can kind of take over a game and have as many points as he did, I'm not sure what their points per game were like, but from the narrative and everything I've heard, Wayne Gretzky was definitely the best of all time, and Mario was probably number 2. But I have heard a lot of people say Mario was probably better, but who knows? The game kind of changes. I don't know how what the difference is in age between them, but like the game changes. Like would you say that Wayne Gretzky would be the best player in today's game? Like maybe not,
No.
just because of the game. And if you're a scrawny kid who just goes loops and loops, you're probably going to get hit and get injured a lot. So you're going to have to change your game up a bit. So yeah, it's a different game. Who really knows?
Yo, I'm watching the drip of that Germany team, and I'm like, dude, what how? Like that drip's crazy, man. What do you think?
Yeah, like in Germany, they don't care. Like they're going drippy. They're going gold buckets. They don't really care. They're going 1,400 sponsors on the jerseys, bringing in the cash. But no, it was pretty funny to actually see the other team's uniforms too. Like our uniform was pretty cool and funny. We had gold helmets, but like Red Bull's helmets are like helmets I've never even seen before. Like other teams, it was pretty funny. It's a whole different game out there, and it's so different in little aspects like that.
So I name the name of a teammate, and then you tell me a little quick funny story about him or anything like that. First thing first, gotta go with my man Laffy. The boy is a huge Kobe fan. He's been rocking his Kobe jersey since February, I think. Tell me something funny about Laffy.
You know what? Honestly, first thing that comes to mind with him is just probably his accent when he's speaking English. Like he speaks English well, but some things that just he says pretty funny, and he's a funny guy. He's a great guy, and I've played with him a few times, obviously. So I just say like when he tries to say like the harder words in English, it's pretty funny, and he has that French accent. So that's probably it for him.
I can feel him because I have the same problem. I have the same problem. Okay, so next one, this dude played with us at the Classic Car. That dude scored with 14 seconds left to break the tie to win the game for the kids. Joe Villano. I still hate him for this because I was in the other team, but Joe Villano.
Yeah, Joe actually. We used to play together when we were like 9 years old. In like spring hockey tournaments and stuff. So I've known him forever. And obviously he's been doing his thing, doing well. Something funny.
He's very shy though. I know he's very, and that dude, like, he looks like a baby Pacioretty. Like for real, he looks exactly like baby.
Actually.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. You know what? I can't really think of anything funny with Joe. Just because like the only time we're together is at tournaments and stuff. So
yeah.
Don't really remember, to be honest, anything. But he's just like a funny guy in general. Like he's a little bit like me in the fact that he's only himself when he's with people he knows really well. Yeah, I'm not too sure about him.
What about QB Quinton Byfield?
Oh, he's just the funniest guy ever. Like if you have a conversation with him, even if you don't know him, like he's gonna throw jokes in and stuff. Like he's hilarious. It's just we play NHL together at like World Juniors and even in the summer a little bit, and he's really good at that. But if you ever talk to him, tell him he's got to pay his dues. He owes a bunch of money to a couple different players, and Kevin Ball including one. So if you ever talk to him, tell him to pay his dues. He loses money in NHL and doesn't decide to pay people. So
I see that. There's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people I know like that. So y'all better be put on notice. On notice. Boys, second number one. Too?
Yeah. It's funny. I was listening to another podcast, and someone he was the guest of the show, and he's like, hey, I talked to your buddy before the podcast, and I asked him what I should a funny story or whatever, and he said you don't pay your dues for golf or NHL, so you got to bring that up.
Are you a golfer?
Not much. Like this this summer or whatever you want to call it, I golfed quite a bit because I had the time to. But in the past, like I haven't really golfed much, but probably like definitely got a lot better this summer.
I'm gonna write to Quentin to come on the pod, and I'm gonna say, you said to him to come on the pod. We're gonna get Quentin on the pod. We're gonna get him on the pod because we got a lot of things to talk about, and I gotta apologize to the man because I said publicly that I didn't think it would be top 2 or top 3, and that boy went top 2, and I watched again, and I felt bad about it. So I'm gonna apologize to the man. Okay,
that's
so.
Good.
Yo, hey, you gotta own up to your bullshit sometimes. So
he's probably gonna chirp you. Seriously.
See, he can chirp me. I chirp back though. I chirp back. Okay, 2 last, and then I'll let you go. One of my favorite players that I watched last year at the World Junior, I think his upside is through the roof. Kevin Ball.
Yeah, I've known Kevin for a really long time actually. Started playing together at like 9 again. He's a really, really funny guy. I'll tell you a funny story about him actually. We went to Shinny in Toronto. Him and my buddy were sleeping over at my house basically. We went out to Shinny, and on the way back, it was probably like midnight. We stayed pretty long out there, and we were walking down my neighborhood road. It was kind of long from the bus stop. It's a long road. We see this car coming down, and you could kind of tell like, the car was like full of like probably teenagers. And it was like they were blasting music and stuff. And my other buddy who was with us, he's a French kid. He like, we had our skates, our gloves, and whatever, our shinny stuff, and he took his glove off, and like he made like a gun with his hand, and he pointed it at the gun, or he pointed it at the car, like as a joke.
Yeah.
And the guys stopped the car immediately. Like every single guy in the car like ran out the car to come and chase us, and like we like dropped our gear. Like I ran across the street, hid underneath a car like in a parking lot. Forge, my French buddy, I don't know what he did. I think he hid under a car or something like that. And then Kevin Ball tried to hop a fence and like fell when he hopped down. So it was pretty funny. Like it was my buddy did it as a joke, and we all kind of thought they were kind of serious, and we got really scared, but they were just trying to mess with us, obviously.
Yo, for sure, you went crazy. You were like, yo, I'm about to play in the NHL. I don't need that right now.
Well, it was more like I didn't live in a bad area at all, but like you could definitely, find some trouble anywhere in Toronto. And like, I think my buddy knew that. So when he did that, I was like, no way you just did that. And now they're stopping now. Now we're dead. Like, I'm not seeing my parents ever again.
My man, we'll have to do a part 2 later after the season to take to see how you doing. I'm pretty sure everything's gonna go well at the camp with LA. And when you make the team, I'm gonna buy my LA jersey, put it in the collection with Thomas in the back. I want to say we're proud of you, and thanks for representing us the way you do, by being honest, by being a hard worker, and by being able to speak the way you do. So congrats on that, and thank you for everything you do, my man.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
This is it. This is it. It's over. The pod. We need that break though. 92 pods in 8 months, a little less than in 9 months, I think. We need a break now. We did a lot, and Bruno did a lot. Mathieu Brutus with the music, and the support of the pod of the people, the pod du peuple. Y'all been crazy for the whole 9 months that we've been doing pods. Y'all like fucking killed it with us, and I'm so blessed to have this platform to talk my talk and say whatever I want to say and say it the way I want to say it. And if I swear, I swear. If I'm pissed, I'm pissed. This is y'all provide me with this platform, because if nobody listens, there's no platform. But there's so many people supporting the pod, man. We were like 11th in the charts of Spotify in Canada. That's crazy. 9 months. Yo, that's you. That's the people. I'm so blessed. And I want to say thank you so much for supporting the pod. And I wish you to be, I wish so much love to everybody, man. So much love. That's the only thing we need in this world. Love. And I don't want to sound like utopic and shit, but yo, if we love each other, that's a huge step forward. So 2021, the only thing I wish the people, we need to be healthy. There's a pandemic, but when you got love, man, yo, everything gonna be fine. Pandemic or not, when you got love, when you support each other, and that's what I want to do on this pod. I want to support, my people. I want to support away from the play. We've been like creating content like crazy. Amazing content. Sacha Gavani, Anthony Calvillo, they got players from the WNBA. We never had players from the WNBA. Like, they've been going crazy, and I have so much respect for Saf and Mel who were on the pod. Foot et Cafe, there's podcasts, and then there's art. And Foot et Cafe is art. The way she works on social media, the interviews, everything it's art. It's next level. Yo, we gotta support her. She's alone. She's doing this alone. That's crazy. So I want to support her too. Audrey Magny, the boys from the Scrum podcast. Yeah, I know our podcast was controversial and everything when we decided what was the best moment ever. But then you got to go back listen to that podcast. But that podcast is crazy. Those guys are so talented, so smart, so they matter. Those guys are great. So this is the end for 2020. I see you. We start back on January the 11th, and our first English Friday will be January the 15th. So sometimes we won't have English Fridays. We don't want to push ourselves too much. We want to do things the right way, and the right way is we're gonna do work during the break, but we need a break to just chill, relax, and come back stronger, because the part of the people of the pod, they need us at 100%. So that's what we're gonna do. We love you, thank you, and see you next year, baby.